Speaking of challenges, I mean, you're running around town with Jagged Edge, and you find yourself on the West Coast with them, and they get into sticky situations. What is that like?
I kind of thought that was a setup. That's weird. That's crazy that you were asking. It kind of was like, okay, we need you to manage Jagged Edge, and they got to go to L.A. next week. Like, okay, what's the big deal? Like for us, meaning 112, our experiences with going to the West Coast was different because we had actual enemies.
Yeah.
Just because we were signed to Bad Boy. And when I say going west, I mean anything from Chicago on west, enemies. Damn. You know, what I mean by enemies is people were trying to hurt us based on 2pac's lyrics, Bad Boy Killer. Just based on that. No factual information. No even idea that 112 is from Atlanta. Ain't got nothing to do with the homies. You know, and I call Jimmy Henchman and Haitian Jack my homeboys. Like, I fuck with them. Like, from 91 till today. I consider them friends.
Yeah.
Had nothing to do with that. But we had to take that pressure. It was pressure.
Yeah.
It was pressure, and that's why, you know, me and my partner, my little homie, the big homie Burger from Old Nat, that's why we argue about 2Pac and Biggie. I'm never going to be a fan of 2Pac.
What?
I am a bad boy for life. Burger, you heard what I said.
Talk to me about that pressure as a manager, having to watch your artists and talents back, and then also having to be aware of all of these different surroundings, man.
It was wartime.
I mean, navigating that. Come on, Bell.
It was wartime. It was wartime. It was wartime. So my experiences with the West Coast was never pleasurable. It was always covert. It was always being able to get in that motherfucker and get out. You know what I mean? It was always understanding certain relationships that I had, you know, because of certain affiliations, and being able to maneuver in the streets with street niggas a little bit, but you couldn't really trust it. You know what I mean? Shit, we know we on their turf.
Yeah.
We're on their turf. So going there with Jagged Edge, I was more prepared because my mindset was already like anything in L.A., and they had murdered Biggie.
Yeah.
Shit, they murdered 2Pac.
Yeah.
California murdered 2Pac.
Yeah.
And I say California, but the West Coast murdered one of their biggest artists. You know, they murdered Biggie. So I already knew, you know, I understood on some level, I understood gangbanging. So I understood urban warfare. I understood that cats in L.A. knew how to hunt their prey or their target. You know what I mean? So I had to kind of, in order to defeat a predator, you got to be a predator.
Yeah.
Or you got to be an apex predator.
Come on now.
You know what I mean? But, you know, we out of town. We ain't got no stress. So we had to hire, you know, certain people to just keep us intact. So we get there, and I called up one of the homies, my big homie, OG Cookie, and ended up meeting up with this other guy from Compton named Yellow Ice, and we moved around. At that time, my brother, he wasn't home yet. Big U was still incarcerated, and we came face-to-face at the Century Club, came face-to-face with Suge Knight and the Booyah Tribe. And if you know anything about the Booyah Tribe, it's some big-ass Samoans who wear suits with no shirts.
Yeah.
And, you know, they kind of pressed. And, you know, the team, we did what we had to do, but it was more about making sure that we had somebody from there who was respectable. You know, we taking care of this person, they'll take care of us a little bit. So the press wasn't as difficult, but it was still a press. And for me, being from College Park, I just couldn't see being no hoe.
Come on now.
To no nigga.
Yeah.
Period. So I had the opportunity to speak with Suge face to face as a man in the Century Club. me and Wingo, I brought Wingo with me after they kept him from taking over our little VIP section. Mm-hmm. I'm like, hey, bro, this Wingo. I'm Bear. We from Atlanta. I'm from College Park. Like, we ain't on no fuck shit. You know what I mean? We just trying to have a good time. And Wingo reiterated it. Like, we know we in your town. And, you know what I mean? And he had a cigar, and he was like, I can respect that. Mm-hmm. And that was it. That was it. You bend over, use a hoe.
Come on.
Stand up and just take what you got, you know, whatever that is. You know what I mean? At that point, it was just about not being bullied.
Yeah.
But also showing respect to this man in his town. And shit, that's, you know, Suge Knight, that was his town.